I am Helena Ban, and I'm a senior educational psychologist in Norfolk Educational Psychology and Specialist Support Team.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma Speed. I'm an educational psychologist at EPSS in Norfolk.
Hello, my name's Joey. I'm a Year 3 trainee educational psychologist working for Norfolk.
Hi, my name is Hester and I'm an educational psychologist for Norfolk County Council.
Yeah, I'm Keith Horton. I'm currently a Year 2 trainee at the University of East Anglia. Have managed to get a salaried placement with Norfolk EPSS.
Hi, I'm Megan. I'm a third year trainee educational psychologist working in Norfolk.
Hello, my name's Richard Smith. I'm an educational psychologist for EPSS in Norfolk.
Hello, my name is Waisha Bennett-Grant and I am one of the assistant educational psychologists as part of the EPSS team in Norfolk.
EPSS stands for Educational Psychology and Specialist Support, and that is because within the team we are not just educational psychologists. We are quite a multidisciplinary team. So we have educational psychologists and colleagues that are preparing and to become educational psychologists who are training to become educational psychologists. We also have specialist teachers. They would be specialists in either learning or SEMH. We also have a well-formed now SEMH team with SEMH practitioner and specialist assistants. And we also have a social communication team primarily with specialist assistants within it. So all in all, really, I'm pretty sure I missed some of us, but all in all, we're about 60 or even more than 60 to 70 colleagues. Of course, our website, Norfolk EPSS, would detail much more than what I remember about our team.
What I love about my role is the variety. It's lovely to meet so many different people, children, young people, parents, nurseries, schools, high schools. No 2 days are the same. And being in Norfolk, no 2 schools are the same. You can go from working in a very large school in the middle of the city to working in a very tiny little village school out in the lovely Norfolk countryside. So there's a variety there, which I do love. I really enjoy working in the team that we have here. Everyone is very supportive, very creative, just a lovely team to be around and to share my experience with.
What I love about my job is the opportunity to gain skills off lots of very skilled other psychologists, educational psychologists, senior educational psychologists, and I really think that the supervision element of working for Norfolk is fantastic. I think especially as a trainee, I have needed a lot of support in various areas, and I've always felt that support was provided and that any concerns that I had were listened to by Norfolk, by my colleagues, by managers, so I think that's fantastic. About the job working with children, we've got lots of opportunity for assessment with children and getting into schools and building up relationships with them. That's a brilliant part of the job.
There are many things that I absolutely love about my role as EP in this team. I guess the most important for me would be what an amazingly supportive team I work with. You can go to any member of the team through email, you can call them up, you can arrange to meet with them either at work or in a different place, and you can discuss and ask questions, and you get such a useful range of responses back. And just over the last few months, we've had some fantastic questions amongst the team about different practice, different approaches, working systemically, and individual casework. So it really does feel like a supportive environment in which to work. There's never a problem that can't be kind of tackled collaboratively through the team, and the support that I've received from my colleagues since I qualified in 2020 is amazing.
In terms of the things I love about Norfolk at the moment, I've only been here a relatively short amount of time, but there are 3 things I've identified. So the first is the variety of work that I've been able to achieve in the first couple of months, along with the relationships I've been able to build with individuals across teams, colleagues within the EPSS, and that feeds into the third one, which is the ability to learn from other individuals and professionals through structured supervision sessions that we have. And from the ones we've had so far, they've been incredibly informative.
What I love about my role is getting to meet lots of different children and families from across the county, and I love working in different settings and seeing what's available all over Norfolk.
The thing that I really love about my job is that I get to work with children and young people and understanding their specific educational needs and identifying potential solutions and support strategies for them to achieve their full potential within their learning journey. I really like the opportunity I get to work alongside key people in their lives, such as families, carers, teaching staff, other professionals from health and social care, and it's a really rewarding job in which I get to be creative and think about things from lots of different perspectives.
One of the things I love about this job is that, first of all, it's just such a massive support for those of us who are at the start of our journey to becoming fully qualified educational psychologists. For me, it's been a real opportunity to seeing how different educational psychologists work and how they kind of explore their own autonomy.
I've been in this team for quite a while, really as an educational psychologist or senior since 2010, so they are now 12 years. And I am one of the educational psychologists who've been really nurtured within the team, because before I became an educational psychologist, I was also an assistant educational psychologist within the team. And then I thought long and hard, and I decided that Norfolk is for me, really. And that comes to say that I really love this team. I love the team, and I also love the area where we work. What do I love about this team and about my role? I think primarily I love that I have flexibility, professional flexibility. This doesn't mean that I can do whatever I dream overnight, but whatever I may be dreaming overnight, I'm discussing with my manager, and then we have a very thorough, informed discussion, and we will be deciding whether my ideas, my projects are worth of considering. And typically my ideas may be going into various research projects or intervention projects, or projects to coordinate and help other colleagues within the team. I think this is primarily the first thing that I love about my role and about the team, really. Another aspect of my role that I really love is really supporting, coordinating the development of the new educational psychologists of the future. I love that. And I should be saying, I'm not necessarily the bread and butter of helping them. There are other colleagues doing that, but me, together with another colleague, have put this program together, and we coordinated it for a while now. And I love that. I love to see the talent growing and, in the end, really helping those pioneers of the future in educational psychologists to showcase their skills. Maybe one other thing, I have so many things, but to choose one other thing, I think it's also what I love in my role is that I'm also involved in projects such as being consultant in the legal multi-disciplinary meetings within Norfolk wider team of SEN and legal and EPSS. And I love that because, again, it's a different aspect of my role, really. And it really requires me to be up to date professionally, requires me to really question and test my professional thinking and to provide reasoned opinion to those senior colleagues in the multidisciplinary team.
I'd say a little bit of advice if you are wanting to join Norfolk and the team is make use of our really supportive colleagues, and if there's anything you'd like to explore, there are lots of our colleagues with different skill sets, with specific knowledge in various areas, so there's lots of opportunities to learn from them and their diverse sort of specialities.
Now, any advice or tips for prospective colleagues? Well, if you are not from Norfolk, be prepared to work in a wide county. Wide meaning geographically wide county. So, for instance, our EPSS team does not work in a very located geographical location such London, for instance, or Birmingham, where it's a lot of population density in a small geographical location. And what this means is that you have to drive a fair amount, which I like personally because that helps me clarify my mind and also reflect and also prepare for the next appointment. But some colleagues may not be used to this. So do be prepared to drive. Do be prepared to drive to very narrow lanes. If you enjoy driving, that will be quite exciting. It's exciting for me. Another thing to prepare for if you decide to work for our team is that, as I said, we are quite a big team and a multidisciplinary team. 60 to 70 people means that you have to really learn and understand what each of the teams, each of the different professionals does. And that can be daunting to begin with, but I don't know of anyone to not have learned of what we do. Although daunting, it will pass. So really, do not feel in any way anxious. Things will really fall into places once you start working for us, and in the next maybe term, you will be quite confident.
If I was to give some advice to prospective colleagues, I would suggest that the service has adopted a hybrid way of working, which works for some individuals and not so much for others. It particularly works for myself and the way I like to work. It allows me to be more productive and proactive with my time and gives me a level of autonomy that I feel promotes a healthy work-life balance. The service is really supportive in terms of your professional development and thinking about continued professional development, and that the supervision opportunities allows you to pursue your interests and passions, which again is important for me in terms of job satisfaction, sense of belonging and employee engagement, and that's everything from me.
Advice I have for prospective colleagues is to make use of the fantastic support that's available in the team. Everyone is so nice and supportive and so knowledgeable. That's one of the best things about working here. So definitely take people's advice, ask people what they think.
From the perspective of what I found really valuable about working as part of EPSS is the opportunity to work alongside a range of professionals within the specialist learning support teacher group and our SEMH and ASD teams, and that's been really helpful because it's given me the opportunity to gain a different perspective about things and develop a more nuanced understanding of how to support children and young people affected.
A last tip is make sure that you enjoy the outdoor, because of course educational psychologist profession is a demanding profession here or in any other part of the country. We also have great outdoors in Norfolk, and it's very important to keep a very good, balance between professional life and your own private life. And I do hope that I shall see you at some point if you decide to work for Norfolk.